The name of the Edge of Fate's raid has been revealed and secrets involving its release. A new lore brief about the enemies we'll encounter on Kepler. And some last-minute changes you'll need to see, like a big nerf to recuperation. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. So this is the last This Week in Destiny until the expansion releases next Tuesday. The beginning of this update is sort of like it was last week with just some housekeeping. Bungie shows the Destiny 2 Edge of Fate launch trailer and also the Taking Control Vidoc they released. But let's jump into the new and juiciest information, the raid. We got a name, information about contest mode, and how all of that is going to work. It says, Wander in the Desert Perpetual. The Edge of Fate raid launches on Saturday, July 19th, and we have much to share about it. We are not spoiling anything today, just sharing its name, the Desert Perpetual. Perpetual means never-ending or changing, occurring repeatedly, so frequent as to seem endless or uninterrupted. So given that Kepler and this story involves time anomalies and all of that going on, to me this seems to fit perfectly. Will it involve the Nine? Will it involve something more like the Vex, because we haven't heard much about them? Bungie has told us a lot about the Exiles, but what are the Vex after? Continuing, as it is tradition by now, the raid will launch in contest mode, the hardest difficulty, and will be available for 48 hours. Those who look for eternal glory may want to compete in the world's first race. The first fire team to complete the raid on contest mode will earn raid belts. They will share the final details on the July 17th TWID along with the new raid emblems and more. On June 19th at 10 AM Pacific Time reset, hundreds of fire teams all around the globe will compete to become the world's first race winners. But only one team will make it and take home the coveted world's first belts. Here's some key details to help with your planning, including requirements for raid entry and updates to the world's first raid competition criteria. Contest mode will be enabled for 48 hours, from July 19th at reset to July 21st. Completing the Edge of Fate campaign at legendary difficulty would get you contest ready. Or you may complete the campaign at normal difficulty and hunt for power before the raid goes live. They will provide exact requirements prior to launch. So the only entry requirement is to complete the Edge of Fate campaign. And the completion criteria is fire teams don't need to return to orbit to finish the race. The first fire team to finish every encounter and loot the final chest will be declared the world's first winners. Similar to past raids, Bungie will be working with their analytics and security teams to maintain the integrity of the challenge and the raid. Once the world's first completion has been recorded though, the normal difficulty will go live, and players will have 48 hours to complete that contest mode. This is the last week for Rite of the Nine, and that means it's also the last week for their dungeon-focused event. Also for episode Heresy. So you have a few more days to earn some gear, complete those triumphs, and unlock the Eternal and Heretical titles. If you need a story recap, I have a video going over all 3 episodes' story, summarizing the events after the final shape up to the Edge of Fate. So check that out on the channel, it should be the pinned trailer. Next we have another brief, a lore entry for Kepler and the Edge of Fate. It's called Brief 002. Guardian Operative. Dispatch contains restricted information for select fire teams and will purge its data upon closure. Combatant Corsair. Classification Elixni House of Exile Combatant. Unknown fungal symbiosis. Hazards: Flight, Aerial Maneuverability, Jet Exhaust Burst, Akimbo Scatter Pistols, and Explosive Flight Pack. The Corsair is an aerial combatant using close-range weaponry and a highly maneuverable jump jet pack, which allows hovering and sustained flight. Guardian operatives report poorly shielded ignition coils could be a weak spot on the pack, causing a strong reactive ignition when stressed enough. Records pulled from the House of Exile systems, as well as Eido's records, indicate that the Corsairs were a role created during the Long Drift, as boarding parties and ship-to-ship raiders. While the other houses have deprecated this role, House Exile has not. I would expect a resurgence if jump jet tech reaches other houses. Skirmishes with House of Exile Corsairs describe them as using hit-and-run tactics to distract operators, while Vandals with Parakalsa weaponry close in to neutralize Guardian threats. When engaging, fire teams are advised to overlay firing zones and stay mobile. Corsair jump jets run exclusively on fungal material as fuel. In the hierarchy of Elixni Station, Corsairs serve somewhere alongside Vandals, with some being as revered as captains. It is a role where individuals can stand out and gain renown through daring deployments, or become notorious through unscrupulous ventures. So the artifact in the Edge of Fate, or this first season I guess you can call it, is the Implement of Curiosity. I believe Bungie has showed this off before, it's kind of old news, but for those who haven't seen it, here are all the perks for the new artifact. The Sandbox team has some final updates here about some armor mod changes. The new ammo meter system is replacing the old inventory stat. The ammo generation stat now determines how weapons contribute to your ammo meter. So the changes are this: ammo finders now improve ammo meter gains and can stack. Reserve mods are deprecated, replaced with ammo generation mods which are also stackable. Scavenger mods are unchanged in function, still disabled in the Crucible and don't stack, and Scout mods have been removed too. All stat mods now follow the Armor 3.0 system. The standardized energy cost for plus 10 stat mods cost 3 energy, plus 5 stat cost 1 energy. As discussed before, mobility stat has been deprecated, that's completely removed, replaced with new stats. And there's a new mod called Enhanced Athletics. Grants mobility equivalents plus 30, 50, and 60 for 1, 2, and 3 stacks. The new max cap is raised to 130 mobility, which was before 100. For recuperation, the mod has gotten a nerf, orb of power healing reduced from 70 to 15. The aim here is to make room for other survivability options under Armor 3.0 and new systems. But Guardians, that basically does it for this week in Destiny. There's information here, all the blog posts they talked about, the information leading up to the Edge of Fate. There's a Bungie Day sale going on too if you're interested in that, and some other small stuff in the TWID. But if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.